Cleopatra's name has echoed through history with unmatched splendor, a queen of legendary power and romance. But her greatest legacy wasn't her throne, her alliance with Rome, or even the myths that surround her. It was her children. She had 4 of them, each marked by a distinct and often tragic destiny, each caught in the political storm of Rome's unstoppable rise. Today, we're going to uncover the forgotten stories of Cleopatra's children, the true final chapter of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Let's start with her firstborn, the one who held the hopes of 2 worlds in his hands, Caesarion. His official name was Ptolemy 15th Philopater Philomito Caesar, but to the world he was Caesarion, meaning Little Caesar. He was the son of Cleopatra and the great Julius Caesar himself. For Cleopatra, he was more than a child, he was the future. She envisioned him as the living bridge between Egypt and Rome, a ruler who would unite the 2 most powerful empires on earth. He was declared co-ruler with his mother at the tender age of 3, becoming the last pharaoh of Egypt. For a time, it seemed Cleopatra's dream might come true. Young Caesarion was paraded in Alexandria, presented as the heir to both Caesar's legacy and the divine lineage of the pharaohs. He was a symbol of immense potential, a boy destined for greatness. But destiny can be cruel. In 30 BCE, the political winds shifted violently. After Cleopatra and Mark Antony's defeat, Rome's new master, Octavian, the future Emperor Augustus, invaded Egypt. Caesarion was just 17 years old. His mother, knowing his life was in grave danger, tried to arrange for his escape. The plan was for him to flee south, perhaps all the way to India, far from Roman reach, but he was captured. Octavian, a man known for his cold and calculated pragmatism, saw Caesarion not as a boy, but as a threat. A living son of Julius Caesar could one day challenge his own authority, which was built on being Caesar's adopted heir. According to the ancient historian Plutarch, Octavian's advisor told him, "It is not good to have too many Caesars." The decision was made. Octavian ordered Caesarion's execution. With his death, the 300-year-old Ptolemaic dynasty, the line of kings descended from Alexander the Great's general, came to a final, bloody end. The dream of a united Greco-Roman Egyptian empire died with the little Caesar. After Caesar, Cleopatra's life took another dramatic turn with her famous love affair with Mark Antony. Together, they had 3 children, starting with twins. The first of these was a boy named Alexander Helios. His name literally means son, and it was a name filled with ambition. In a grand public ceremony known as the Donations of Alexandria, Mark Antony, acting like an emperor himself, carved up the Eastern world for his new family. He declared his 6-year-old son, Alexander Helios, the king of Armenia, Media, and Parthia. These were vast territories, some of which Rome had yet to even conquer. It was a bold, almost arrogant declaration that directly challenged Octavian's authority and Roman law. In Antony's vision, his son, the Sun King, would rule a massive Eastern empire. But like a brilliant sunrise that quickly fades, his reign was purely symbolic. After Antony and Cleopatra's forces were shattered at the Battle of Actium, their world came crashing down. The children were left orphaned. Alexander Helios, along with his twin sister and younger brother, were captured and taken to Rome as prizes of war. They were paraded through the streets in Octavian's triumph, a public spectacle designed to humiliate their parents and celebrate Rome's victory. It was a strange twist of fate, living in the house of their father's spurned wife. But from this point on, history grows quiet about the boy named for the sun. He vanishes from the record. Most historians believe he died young, either from illness or, more grimly, was quietly removed to ensure no son of Antony could ever rise to challenge the new emperor. His life, so full of promise, disappeared into the shadows of Roman politics. Now, let's turn to Alexander's twin sister, Cleopatra's only daughter. Her name was Cleopatra Selene, and Selene means moon. If her brother was the sun that burned out too quickly, she was the moon that endured, reflecting the light of her heritage in a foreign land. Like her brothers, she was taken to Rome at the age of 10 and raised in Octavia's household. But unlike them, she survived. Growing up in the heart of the empire that had destroyed her family, Selene received a first-class Roman education. She was smart, resilient, and she played the political game perfectly. When she came of age, Emperor Augustus arranged a strategic marriage for her. She was wed to Juba II, a North African prince who had also been raised in Rome. Augustus then made them the king and queen of Mauritania, a Roman client kingdom in what is now modern-day Algeria and Morocco. And this is where her story becomes truly remarkable. Instead of just being a puppet queen for Rome, Cleopatra Selene used her power to create a new legacy. She never forgot where she came from. She and Juba transformed their capital, which they named Caesarea, into a vibrant cultural hub, a new Alexandria in North Africa. She minted coins that featured her image on one side and Egyptian symbols like the crocodile or the sistrum of the goddess Isis on the other. This was a deliberate nod to her mother and her Egyptian heritage. The art and architecture of her kingdom blended Egyptian, Greek, and Roman styles, creating a unique cultural fusion. She was a patron of the arts and sciences, turning her court into a center of learning. Cleopatra Selene lived a long and successful life, a rare survivor of a fallen dynasty. She had children of her own, and her line continued for several generations. When she died, one ancient writer claimed a lunar eclipse occurred, a celestial farewell to the Moon Queen. Of all Cleopatra's children, she was the one who managed to not only survive, but to thrive, carrying her mother's brilliant legacy forward in a new and creative way. Finally, we come to the youngest child, Ptolemy Philadelphus. He was just a toddler when his parents died, and he was taken to Rome with his older siblings. Like them, he was part of Octavian's triumphal parade and was placed in the care of Octavia. But after that, the historical records fall completely silent. He is mentioned as being part of the household, and then, nothing. He is the lost prince of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Historians have two main theories. The more charitable one is that he simply died of illness as a child, which was tragically common at the time. The darker possibility is that, like his older brother Alexander Helios, he was seen as a potential future threat. Even as a young boy, a son of Mark Antony could become a rallying point for dissent against Augustus's rule. It's entirely possible he was quietly eliminated to secure the emperor's power. Whatever happened, Ptolemy Philadelphus faded into history, a final, silent victim of the clash of empires. So, what do the fates of these four children tell us? They were born into a world of gods and monarchs, heirs to a magnificent legacy. But none of them could escape the crushing reality of Roman power. Caesarion, the little Caesar, was executed as a political threat. Alexander Helios, the sun, disappeared from the record. Ptolemy Philadelphus, the lost prince, vanished into silence. Only one, Cleopatra Selene, the moon, survived. She navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics and built a new kingdom, preserving her mother's culture in a distant land. Together, the stories of Cleopatra's children represent the fragmented, tragic, and sometimes triumphant final chapter of one of history's greatest queens. They were the children of a queen, but also the victims of an empire. Their lives show us that history is not just about the great names we remember, but also about the forgotten lives that were changed forever in their wake. Thanks for watching. Thanks. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more dives into the forgotten corners of history. See you next time.